Holy fuck. Jeez, oh my god. Whew, this is super fucking strong on my hands. This is crazy. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
That's not good.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can smell that.
Yeah, it smells really nice though, doesn't it?
It smells really nice.
What's going on, everybody? This is another episode of Sailboat Restorations. Today, what I'm going to be doing is comparing a new product that I got in just a little while ago to figure out if this sole sauce reigns supreme. Today's package comes from Chris over at Chris Custom Kicks. I've been following Chris Custom Kicks for a while. He is definitely one of the best restoration and customization artists that I've seen. The work that he's putting in right now, absolutely top tier. He was nice enough to reach out to me after having watched one of my sole sauce comparison videos. He asked if I would be willing to put his product against some of the other ones that are on the market. Chris has always stood by his sole sauce as being one of the best ones on the market. I wanted to put that to the test. That's exactly what I intend to do today. Packaging is like absolutely incredible. It's double layered, and this being a liquid, that makes a big difference because just in case there is any sort of leakage, this is going to keep it absolutely pristine. This package smells incredible. It's almost like a minty or menthol type of scent, but it's really pleasant. You undoubtedly saw my reaction as I reached into the bag there. You can see why. Wow. This stuff, I can already feel it immediately. The moment that it touched my hand, it started to become like numb and tingling. This is really strong stuff right here. Oh man, this is, it's leaking all over the place. So the fact that he did a really good job as far as like the packaging is concerned, really good, and tell right off the bat that this is crazy strong. This is seriously burning my hands right now. I'm gonna go get some gloves because this is like overwhelming. I'll be right back. Okay, so right off the bat, this product smells absolutely amazing. This might be my fault, but the product has leaked all over the shipping stuff. Definitely could be on part due to me because this is literally a month and a half after I ordered the product before I opened it. When you're handling this product, you're definitely going to want to use gloves. So whether or not this bottle was labeled before, I couldn't tell you. As of right now, it doesn't look like it has any. You can see I'm using doggy poopy bags because I actually don't have any gloves right now. Again, very well could be my fault. It was insanely well packaged, so it didn't leak over my stuff. It just so happened to leak within the package itself, and it was all contained, so no harm, no foul for every single pair that I will be icing in this video. So the right shoe will have Chris Custom Kicks sauce on it. The left shoe will be treated using a variety of different icing solutions. I'm going to be working on 5 different pairs using a total of 6 different icing products. I've used 4 out of the 6 before. Let's get right down to it. We're gonna start off with the first 3 kicks because I can only fit a total of 3 pairs in my indoor setup currently. First pair here, Air Jordan 1s. These are a pair of Jordan 1 high snake pearlescents. Are actually in pretty good condition overall, with the exception of these yellowed out bottoms. You can tell that both of the bottoms are reasonably yellowed, with a couple of spots that seem to be worse than the others. However, the shoe itself, very good condition. Pair number 2, some 2014 Jordan 11 Legend Blues. These are in a little bit more well-worn shape. We're gonna be working on these yellowed soles here, see if we can bring them back to a nice icy blue color. Definitely well-worn, but they got a little bit of life left in them and just need some TLC. Last but not least, a more recent pair. This right here is a pair of Yeezy 350 non-reflective statics. This was one of the few pairs of Yeezys that I've been able to hit at retail, and one of the even fewer pairs that I've been able to hit in my size. I've definitely worn these shoes quite a bit. They are severely yellowed at this point in time and could definitely use some loving. I'm hoping to bring a little bit of life back to these I think that if I work on these and de-yellow the soles, it's gonna bring them back to a position where they're looking pretty damn solid. Now that I've talked about each of these shoes a little bit, I think it's about time to get into the actual icing process. So we got the right shoe done on all 3 pairs so far. It's time to get into testing our other products to see how Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce compares in relationship to these other sole sauces that are tried and true based off of my previous experience with them. For the left Yeezy 350 static, I'm gonna use some Fabe sole sauce. For the Jordan 1 snakeskin pearlescent, we're gonna use some Raleig's Restoration ice cream. Raleig's Restoration actually recently has made some excellent big moves and is now part of a bigger kind of conglomerate, I suppose you could say. So big props to them, very, very happy for them on their upgrade, essentially. And I'm really happy to see how the ice cream compares against the Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce. Last but not least, the Jordan 11 Legend Blue. I'm going to be using some Salon Care 40 volume cream because it's pretty widely available. This is arguably the cheapest product on the market. It does a really, really good job and it's very, very easy to get. So this tends to be a very big go-to option. Let's get into the application of the sole sauce on the left shoes of all 3 of these pairs. Now we got all 3 pairs ready to go. Everything has sole sauce on them. For these 3 pairs, we're gonna be giving them a single session for about 48 hours and do quick comparisons to see where we ended up after. So here we are, 48 hours after the initial icing session. Let's go into detail and take a quick look at the actual soles of the sneakers. First things first though, we gotta get these sneakers cleaned up a little bit and get what's remaining of these different sole sauces off the soles of the sneakers. Now that we got the sauce off of all of these kicks, let's go into a detailed comparison to see which sole sauce performed the best. I'm gonna start off with these Jordan 11 Legend Blue Youths. Again, every single right sneaker was treated with Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce. The left shoe was treated with the variable sole sauce. For the Legend Blues, I used Salon Care 40 volume on the left shoe. Taking a quick look here, you can see that both shoes definitely look better from when they started. I would definitely say that it appears as though the Chris Custom Kicks shoe is a little bit lighter in comparison to the Salon Care 40 shoe. It's most noticeable on the medial border of both shoes, right around the pods, but you can also see it running through the toe portion. The heel is another area where if you look carefully around the borders, you can definitely see that the Chris Custom Kicks seems to be a little bit more clear than the Salon Care 40 volume. Coming along the sides of the shoes, you can see probably the most noticeable difference, as the Salon Care 40 volume did not appear to lighten up nearly as much as the Chris Custom Kicks. Another shot with the Chris Custom Kicks being on top, you can see that it definitely looks a bit brighter and bluer than the left shoe, which was treated with Salon Care 40 volume. Although both products have definitely made a difference, I would have to say Chris Custom Kicks definitely edges out Salon Care 40 volume after one 48-hour session. Onto these Jordan 1 Pearlescent snakeskins. The left shoe for this pair was treated with Raleigh Restoration ice cream. Taking a quick look at the bottom of both soles here, you can see that they are both definitely substantially less yellow. On screen right, which is the left shoe, again, we treated it using Raleigh's Restoration ice cream. The right shoe, which is screen left, was treated with Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce. Both shoes look substantially better. And again, I would have to say that the Chris Custom Kicks sauce has a slight advantage. I think that especially looking at these sneakers from a side profile view, that there is definitely a clear difference in which shoe is less yellowed at this point in time. Looking at the outsoles, you can also tell that other than a couple of really severe spots, the rest of the shoe seems to have been de-yellowed a little bit more. After one 48-hour session, slight advantage to Chris Custom Kicks. Last but not least, we have my non-reflective Yeezy 350 Statics. I treated the left shoe using Fabe sole sauce. Taking a quick look at both of these, it seems as though both of them have been de-yellowed substantially. Both sole sauces are definitely doing their job to create a more translucent sole. This one's a little bit harder to say who the victor is. There may be along the boost a little bit more icing that has occurred on the Chris Custom Kicks, but overall, they look pretty comparable to me. The one section that didn't really appear to get too iced was the toe on the outsole on both sides. As far as the actual midsole portion is concerned, it looks as though the Chris Custom Kicks, which is on the top in this shot, did a little bit of a better job actually. So maybe the midsoles have a little bit more of a difference in comparison to one another. Overall though, both of the sauces did what they were supposed to do. At this point in time, I can't really declare a clear winner, although I do think that Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce has a slight edge based off of what I've seen so far. What I'm gonna do is one more 48-hour session for all 3 pairs of these sneakers. That way you'll get a pretty clear idea of if one of the products has a much better result than the others. So far, I think that they're all looking pretty good. They're all doing what they're supposed to be doing, but a slight edge as far as overall performance has to go to Chris Custom Kicks. Let's put on another coat and get these things back in the indoor set. Alright, there we are. We got all of the sneakers coated up with another layer of sole sauce, and now it's time to just play the waiting game. Another 48 hours, we'll go ahead, check in, and find out what our final results are like. Alright, we are back 48 hours again. Let's get these kicks clean, and then we can do some comparisons and see where we're at after 4 full days worth of icing. Alright, here's the final reveal. Got the shoes wiped down a little bit. We're gonna take a look to see what they look like freshly out of the icebox and freshly wiped down. Kicking it off with the Jordan 11 Legend Blues. If you remember with these bad boys, the left shoe was treated using Salon Care 40 Volume Cream. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Chris Custom Kick Sole Sauce did a slightly better job at bringing back the icy blue color within these shoes. You can definitely tell all around that both of the products worked in comparison to where I started off. It's a pretty clear comparison as far as the differences between the two. You can especially see it from the medial aspect of the shoes. This portion of the outsole is 100% lighter on the right shoe, which was treated with Chris Custom Kicks. Bringing it to the heel, I would have to say the same type of deal. And then you can also tell on the lateral sides of both kicks that the right shoe is looking just a hair better. Chris Custom Kicks definitely wins against Salon Care 40. Next up, I got these Jordan 1 Pearlescent Snakeskin. Again, right shoe, the top shoe right here, treated with Chris Custom Kicks. The bottom shoe was treated with Rally Restoration Ice Cream. Again, I think that the Chris Custom Kicks is actually a little bit clearer. It looks like that sole is a little bit less yellowed than the left shoe right there. And you can see that the results are pretty solid on both pairs, but it just looks a little bit more clear on the pair that was done with Chris Custom Kicks. The lateral aspect of the shoes, both of them look pretty damn icy. Not a huge difference between the two. As we come over to the toe, I think that the difference is a little bit more clear in this area, and you can see that there is definitely a little bit more yellowing on that shoe that was treated with the Rally Restoration Ice Cream. However, both shoes are looking absolutely phenomenal in comparison to what we began with, and they're looking so much more icy at this point in time. Both products did a great job. I would probably have to do one less session using the Chris Custom Kicks though, so I think it happens to get a little bit of an upper hand in this sort of situation. Last pair of the first batch that we did comparisons with is this Yeezy 350 static non-reflective. And the left shoe was treated with Fabe's sole sauce. Now this is the first time I had ever used Fabe's, so I didn't know exactly what to expect. I will definitely say that Fabe's did a good job. And again, I think that Chris Custom Kicks takes the cake by just a hair. It looks a little bit less yellow in my opinion. Even on the Boost, it looks a little bit less dirty. Now, I don't want to say that this is the better overall product for something like Boost. I think that might just be a coincidence, but if we check on the medial aspect of both shoes, I think that you can see the midsole region looks a little bit better on that right shoe that was treated with Chris Custom Kicks. Bringing it to the heel of both shoes, not too much of a difference side to side. And then if we go along the lateral aspect, you can tell they look pretty much the same. So far, Chris Custom Kicks is definitely looking like he produces a wonderful sole sauce. We still got another 2 pairs that we got to check in on and see what happens with them. I figured that I might as well test Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce up against every single sole sauce that I have in my arsenal currently. The 2 final comparisons that we'll be doing, first will be on this pair of Air Jordan 8 Barons. As you can see, the outsoles for these are very, very yellow at this point in time. They have taken on a very off-white appearance now and definitely need a little bit of work to be brought back to their former glory. For this comparison, I'm going to be utilizing, again, Chris Custom Kicks on the right shoe. I'm going to be using Bash Boy Kicks Frost Sauce on the left shoe. I've never used the Frost Sauce on any sort of white rubber before. I've only used it on clear or translucent or kind of icy type of surfaces, which is why I want to give it a shot on the white rubber to see if it'll has a similar effect. The next comparison that I'll be making is with these 2000 Space Jams, from which I have already detached the outsoles and the midsoles. Again, I'll be using Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce on the right outsole. You can see it's very yellowed, and I had to take some pretty significant time to get all of the excess glue off of the upper portion of the outsole. On the left shoe, I'm going to be going with tried and true Angelus Soul Bright. The reason I say tried and true is because it's the first icing product that I ever used, and I've had really great results with it every time I've used it since. Again, quick little side-to-side comparison of these two. We'll see what I can do to bring these outsoles back from the dead. So it's been about 48 hours now for these Jordan 9 Barons and these outsoles for the Space Jams from 2000. We gotta go ahead, get them cleaned down, and take a look after what a 48-hour session does. Now that we got the outsoles of both pairs wiped down, gotta take a look and compare real quick after this 48-hour session. First, we'll take a look at the Jordan 9 Barons. The right shoe here, again treated with Chris Custom Kicks. The left shoe was treated with Bash Boy Kicks Frost Sauce. As you can tell, both of the shoes cleaned up pretty substantially and are looking a lot better than where we began as far as yellowing. Coming over to the toe, you can see that the Chris Custom Kicks seem to do a little bit of a better job. I would have to say that the same goes for the lateral pods here. On the left shoe here, the Bash Boy Kicks looks like it did a slightly better job than the Chris Custom Kicks. But if we go to the actual outsole, you can tell that the Chris Custom Kicks definitely looks like it did a slightly better job. And lastly, coming over to the medial aspect, they look to have done about even of a job at brightening things up. Actual outsole itself with the most surface area, I would have to say that the Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce did a slightly better job than the Bash Boy Kicks Frost Sauce. Both of them, again, accomplished exactly what they set out to do. It just seems like the Chris Custom Kicks sauce worked a little bit faster to get there. Let's take a look at the Space Jam 11s where we can really see a pretty clear difference. The left outsole here was treated using Angelus Soul Bright, and the right outsole was treated using Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce. Now both of them look substantially more icy than when they began, but I think that you can tell that there is a pretty clear difference. You can tell that the Chris Custom Kick sauce just definitely made the right outsole look a lot more clear. If we bring it over to the toe here, I think it's pretty evident as well. And there just looks to be less of that kind of yellowish hue, even from a top angle of the outsoles right there. I'm really impressed with how well this Chris Custom Kick sauce has worked so far, but for the sake of continuity, I want to make sure that we're icing all of the pairs in this video for the same amount of time. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back in my indoor setup for one more 48-hour session. So it's been another 48 hours. Both sets of outsoles have been in my indoor setup for about 4 days total. And we're gonna take a look at the final results of the icing products. Let's get these outsoles cleaned off and then we'll get down into the nitty-gritty. We are at the final comparison of these outsoles after 48 hours of total ice time in my indoor setup. Let's get started off by taking a closer look at the Space Jam 11 outsoles. In this view, the right top outsole there is treated using the Chris Custom Kicks. And as you can tell, that outsole got conspicuously frosty, especially for being a 2000 sneaker. Like, that looks really, really good. If you remember from the previous shots, you can tell that this thing looks very, very well revitalized. One thing I will mention is that the pods even lightened out a little bit, which typically happens if you don't tape them off and you do end up getting some sole sauce on there. So that's something I'll have to keep in mind for the future. On the left here, you can see this outsole was treated with Angelus Soul Bright. In my personal opinion, it honestly looks a little bit more yellow to me. Something else that I will mention is that the right outsole actually feels a little bit more, like it has more give to it. And the left outsole feels a little bit stiffer. I don't know if it's a little more dehydrated, but it's just something that I'm thinking here as I put pressure on it. Both products definitely did the job, but this Chris Custom Kick sole sauce is looking pretty damn good in my opinion. Next up, Air Jordan 9 Barons. As you can tell, both products definitely did the job. They both helped to significantly de-yellow the outsoles of these Air Jordan 9 Barons. And quite honestly, I think that they look pretty even, maybe a slight edge going to the Chris Custom Kick sauce. Overall, really no complaints. And one thing that I will mention is that the Bash Boy Kicks canister, how you can kind of squeeze it out, is extra convenient, and the consistency I just found is like one of the best out there so far. So I think application wise, it makes it a little bit easier with the squirt bottle, but the results look pretty similar on both. So overall, these both look amazing. Maybe a slight overall edge to Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce on this, but Bash Boy Kicks Frost Sauce, once again proving its worth even on white rubber. During this video, you guys have seen me compare 5 different kinds of sole sauce. Now, it's pretty obvious that every single one of them, when utilized properly in an indoor setup, can be very effective and do a wonderful job at deoxidizing these soles and creating a more icy or whiter outsole. I'm really impressed with the Chris Custom Kicks sole sauce, and quite honestly, I think it might be the best performer that I've used to date. A couple of things that I really liked about it included the smell, which was this like kind of wintergreen, almost menthol-y type of scent. And to be honest with you, it's one of the most, if not the most pleasant smells that I've gotten from any sole sauce type of product to date. The effectiveness was absolutely incredible. It definitely did a great job in a very short time span. And even if I didn't want to give 2 complete 48-hour cycles to these pairs, I think that they would have looked really good after a single 48-hour session. Maybe even after just 24 hours, depending on how white or icy you want to get your soles. Another pro about using the Chris Custom Kick sole sauce is that it stays hydrated for a very good amount of time. I probably could have left every single outsole that I put in my indoor setup there for at least another 24 hours to get optimal effects from one application of the sole sauce. You get a little bit more bang for your buck because a single application lasts a little bit longer. I think that it's a really phenomenal product. Couple of downsides. Number one is you gotta make sure that you store it correctly. Chris Custom Kicks does a great job of double and triple packaging up the product. Now that's my fault, quite honestly, because if the bottle hadn't been left on its side for so long, I don't think that it would have leaked. But that's one thing that you really, really need to pay attention to. Another thing that's a little bit tougher to deal with as far as this product is concerned is how harsh of a chemical it is. If you're working with bare hands, it's definitely going to irritate your skin. You need to make sure that you wear some sort of gloves as you are working with the Chris Custom Kick sole sauce. Now, this is something to be expected even with any sole sauce, but it happens almost immediately with the Chris Custom Kick sauce. And that just goes to show how strong it is. It's not so much of a downside, so much of as a precaution that needs to be taken when working with this product. The other thing that might be a little bit more challenging about utilizing this product is you need to be really careful as far as your application on the shoe itself. Because of the strength of the product, you need to make sure that you're protecting your uppers as well as your midsoles, depending on the material of your midsoles, so that this product does not ruin or damage any of these portions of the shoe. At any rate, that's gonna do it for my review of the Chris Custom Kick sole sauce. It's definitely one of, if not the best products that I have ever used for icing my soles, and I'm really appreciative that he reached out to me and supported my previous videos. I paid full price for the product, and I think it was well worth it. So this is by no means a paid endorsement or anything like that. Chris is just a nice guy that supported my channel and asked that I give his product a shot, and I'm very happy that I did. It's a really awesome product that I will most definitely be utilizing in the future. The bang is most definitely worth the buck. Big shout out to Chris Custom Kicks. Thank you for supporting the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that I answered a couple of questions that you guys might have had about which sort of sole sauce reigns supreme. Thank you so much for checking in. It's Sailboat, and I'm out of here.
Casa Verde, tio.